Okay, here we are again with the coincident. Okay. Statement preamp, line stage. There's no phono stage, but we're not gonna put any phono system up to now, at least. It's not so easy to to record it because it's as you can see, it's polished steel, so it reflects everything. But as you can see, is on. That's huge. Is the power supply. For you can see, that's my hand. Okay, to get an idea of the total size of the preamp. It's almost 1, 2 of my hands in depth, and it's almost so it's 8, let me see, it's something 1. Okay, anyway, you can see all the measures to their website or to my review. As you can see, the tubes are on. Let me show you. Okay, they're barely new because they just had about 1500 hours of listening. That is mostly the burning period. Then let's talk about a little bit of it. It's one of the purest design ever made for a preamp. Is a completely dual mono. So, and for instance, well, let's talk about the topic things of this preamp. First of all, the volume attenuator is not made with any resistor, which make the sound more dull, but is done in a much more costly way with super perm alloy transformers, one for each channel. I mean, there's a couple of transformers for each channel. So in order to turn up the volume, this is the left volume, the stepped attenuator with there you can see this and all the signs here in order to get the perfect balance. As you can see, they perfectly smooth all the way around. I had custom made the output transformer in order to get the almost perfect volume when they are at least more or less here in an average situation, and that's the best. This is just dust, if you see. Okay, it's just dust, nothing more. If you want, we can clean it just to show it's just dust. Here we go. It's perfect. I was saying that I custom required the volume the output transformer to be set to not high gain. It's about 14 decibel, so that you can turn up the volume more or less this way, or a little bit less, or a little bit more. It depends on the power amp, but always on a range that do not affect the dynamic range. So you will not lose any dynamic range or resolution, because actually most of the line stage preamp still have high gain, which is completely stupid, because actual digital sources always as an output at least at 2 volts. So on average you have to attenuate, you have to lower that volts, so you have to lower the dynamic range. The more the gain of the preamp, the more you have to turn down the volume. In a way you will compress totally the dynamic range, and you will lose the micro dynamic range most of all, because the micro dynamic range will go below the thermal noise, and you will lose it. This way instead you will get the whole dynamic range in almost any situation, any power amp. On average, I can say all power amps, because I don't know all of them. For instance, with the Bravo, I had to increase, so it was even far better, because Bravo require 4 volts for full power. So I was always on the perfect, really perfect range. You would be, it would be almost the same with really most of the power amp, which are on nearly, well, you will start to lose dynamic range if the power amp gain is up, over 26 decibel. Now let's see. As you can see, there are not lots of control, because it's so pure design, extremely pure design. So we are just mute, on, off. Okay, now is on, obviously, because it's not connected to any power amp, and it's just a risky, very little bit risky situation to turn on any electronic not connected to the following one. But I decided to do it because I want you to see that it works flawlessly. But I keep it muted, so the relays on the output are closed, and the risk is minimized. Then here is all about the power the power station, I would say, for the preamp. It delivers enough power to it would be able to power a power amp of 100 watt per channel. So it's really huge. It weighs really a lot. I can't lift up because I had a surgery, so I can't do that. But it's so huge and so heavy, because here we have transformer, then we have chokes, because another really important fact of this preamp, something that in my experience I noticed made a big difference in quality of sound is